Hello and welcome to day 11 of the 21-day Ashtanga Yoga Challenge. We're nearly crossing into having more days completed than not, so stick with it. And I just want to talk about this. It's a bit late in the day for me today to practice, and that is because today I really didn't want to. And I was coming up with all these excuses. I did a workout yesterday, my arms feel sore, I won't be good enough. You know, all these things were going through my mind. And I then remembered that I have made a commitment to myself and to other people that we are going to do this challenge. And that yoga, although we practice the Ashtanga series, and it can be fairly dynamic and intense, we can also create a practice where we can draw back from positions, modify, or even miss some positions out if they are feeling challenging in the body at that point in time. So with those thoughts running through my mind, I decided to roll out my mat and just see what happens today. And that goes for you guys too. If you're sort of giving yourself excuses not to do something, then that's totally normal. We just have to recognize it and then try and push through it. Roll the mat out, and a great teacher of mine said, even if you just roll the mat out to create the habit and sit on your mat and breathe for an hour, that is still a yoga practice. So I just wanted to bring that up because they are real emotions that we always experience. We all do it, even yoga teachers. So there we go. The other thing I wanted to say is what we're doing today. So we have come up to halfway through seated now. So today we're going to look at all of standing and halfway up to seated. So I think you'll probably need maybe about an hour. Again, skip out positions that your body isn't comfortable with. Modify where you can. Take your blocks and your belt to the side of your mat if you need. And let's just get going. Let's see what happens. All right, well done. To begin the practice, we'll do our sun salutations to warm up the body. Hands by the side, close the eyes, beginning to engage Ujjayi breathing. Gently blink, open the eyes. Exhale everything out here. Surya Namaskara. Ekam, inhale. Due, exhale. Trini, inhale, rise to flat back. Chatwari, step to plank and lower through Chaturanga. Pancha, inhale. Shat, exhale, 5 breaths. 1, tuck the chin. 2, pedal out the knees if you need. 3, 4, 5. Sapta, inhale, step through, rise to flat back. Ashtanga, exhale, forward fold. Nava, inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, hands to side, 4 more. Ekam, inhale. Due, exhale. Trini, inhale, flat back. Chatwari, exhale, Chaturanga. Pancha, inhale, shoulders back and down. Shat, exhale, down dog. Feet hip distance apart, please, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sapta, step through, rise to flat back. Ashtanga, forward fold. Now I inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, Samastitihi. Ekam, inhale. Ashtanga, exhale. Trini, inhale. Chatwari, exhale. Pancha, inhale. Shat, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sapta, inhale. Ashta, exhale. Nala, inhale. Exhale, samastitihi. Just the breath now, 2 more to go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, try by yourself without my instruction. You can follow me if you need. Surya Namaskara B. Ekam, inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms, look up. Dway, exhale, forward fold. Trini, inhale, rise to flat back. Chatwari, step or jump to plank and lower down. Pancha, inhale, upward facing. Shat, exhale, downward facing. Low lunge or warrior 1, step the right foot forward. Supta, inhale. Ashtanga, exhale, step back and lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Desha, exhale, downward facing. Ekadasha, low lunge, left foot forward or warrior 1. Dvaidasha, exhale, step back and lower down. Triodasha, inhale. Chaturdasha, exhale for 1. Drop to the knees, take child's pose at any point. 2, if you need. 3, 4, 5. Panchadisha, inhale, step or jump, rise to flat back. Shodasha, exhale, forward fold. Saptadisha, bend the knees, lift the arms. Exhale, samastitihi, 2 more. Ekam, inhale. Dway, exhale. Trini, inhale. Chatwari, exhale. Pancha, inhale. Shat, exhale. Sapta, inhale. Ashtanga, exhale. Noah, inhale. Desha, exhale. Ekadasha, inhale. Dvaidasha, exhale. Triodasha, inhale. Chaturdasha, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Panchadisha, inhale, step it through, flat back. Shodasha, exhale, forward fold. Saptadisha, bend the knees, lift the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale to stand, last one, just move with your breath. Ekam, inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms, tuck the tailbone. Dway, exhale, forward fold, relax the neck. Trini, inhale, rise to flat back, lift and lengthen. Chatwari, step to plank. If you're feeling tired, drop the knees. Pancha, inhale, upward facing. Shat, exhale, downward facing. The left heel turns in as we step the right foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, step back and lower down. Desha, inhale, upward facing. We should feel warm now. Exhale, downward facing. Ekadasha, left foot forward, warrior one. Or Virabhadrasana A. Dvaidasha, exhale, step back and lower down. Triodasha, inhale, upward facing. Chaturdasha, downward facing dog, last one. 1, come into child's pose if you need a rest. 2, tailbone lifting. 3, 4, 5. Panchadisha, inhale, step through, rise to flat back. Shodasha, forward fold. Saptadisha, bend the knees, lift the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale to stand, we did it, well done. Standing series. Step the feet hip distance apart, hands to waist. Ekam, inhale, lift the chest. Forward fold. Flat back position. Exhale. Peace fingers around the big toes, elbows wide to the side. Padangusthasana, forward fold for 1. Lengthen through the spine. 2, gaze off the tip of the nose. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to flat back. Padahastasana, hands under feet. Toes touch the creases of the wrist. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees if you need for 1. Chin to chest. 2. Gaze between the legs or to the nose. 4. 5. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, feet together, hands to side, Samastitihi. Good. Utthita Trikonasana. Inhale, step the right foot back. Exhale, reach forward. Release the right hand down. Gaze to left thumb. Now, traditionally, we can grab the big toe with the right fingers, but if you're not there yet, fingertips to floor or to the block. 3, let's take 2 more breaths. 4, find the length through the torso. 5. Inhale, rise to T, right foot in, left foot out. Exhale, reach forward and release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to T, left foot in, right foot out. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Square the hips and shoulders to the back of the mat, lift the left arm. Exhale, forward fold over the right leg, releasing the hand to a block on the inside of the front foot or outside of the front foot. Maybe the hand to floor. 1, 2, draw the right hip back. 3, 4, softness in the shoulders. 5, Inhale, rise to T. Right foot in, left foot out. Square the hips and shoulders to the back, front of the mat. Lift the right arm. Exhale, forward fold, taking that hand to the outside of the front foot, otherwise hand to block. Lift the left arm maybe, or keep it to the back for 1. Both legs are straight. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to T. Exhale, step forward, Samasthiti. Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. Inhale, step the right foot back, longer stance. Lift the arms, exhale, bend the right knee. Release the hand or the elbow and reach over. 1, 2, elbow to knee as an option. 3, gaze to the little finger of the left hand. 4, 5. Inhale, rise to T, right foot in, left foot out. Exhale, bend the left knee, left elbow to knee, otherwise hand to floor at the outside of the foot. 2, gaze up to little finger. 3, relax the shoulders. 4, 5. Inhale, rise to T. Parivrita Parsvakonasana. From here, square to the back of your mat, drop the left knee, untuck the toe. Modified version here, otherwise keep the back knee lifted, left elbow to outside of knee, prayer position. Option to lift the back knee. 1, heel can be down. 2, further options, the left hand comes to the floor at the outside of the foot, right hand to lower back, or up and overhead. 4, 5. Now on your inhale, can you rise all the way to T? Exhale, face the front of the mat, lift the back heel, drop the knee. Right arm lifts, exhale, take it across to outside of front knee. Keep the back knee low, otherwise lift the knee, hands to prayer, or right hand to outside of front foot, left hand to lower back or up and overhead. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here for 1, 2. Can you inhale all the way back to T? Exhale, step forward, Samasthiti, standing balance pose. Prasarita Padmottanasana, wide leg forward fold A to D. Step nice and long between the feet, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, hands to waist. Breathe in, lift the sternum. Exhale, hinge forward, release hands to floor. Rise to flat back, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, hands in line with feet, elbows drawing in. 1, relax the neck and head. 2, 3, engage the lower belly. 4, working into the hamstrings. 5. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale here. Prasarita B. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, lift the chest. Roll the elbows and shoulders back as you lower through. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Forward fold. 1, 2, think about trying to lengthen through the spine. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale here. Prasarita C. Inhale, lift arms to the side. Exhale, take them behind the back, interlink the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to waist, Prasarita D. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Release peace fingers around the big toes. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Elbows lifting. 1, 2, gaze off the tip of your nose, weight in the toes. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, step forward, Samasthiti. Parsvottanasana. Reverse prayer behind the back. We're taking the fists together. We're taking each hand to each elbow. Inhale, step the right foot back, turn around. Lift the chest, and as you exhale, forward fold over the front right leg. Long legs. 2. Lengthen the spine. 3, 4. Fixed gaze at that front big toe. 5. Inhale, rise to stand and roll around, face the other way. Straighten the legs, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold over the left leg. 1, 2, gaze to front big toe. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, step forward, Samasthiti. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, standing balance pose. Left hand to waist, shoulders over hips. Weight into left foot, fixed gaze. Inhale, lift the right knee towards the chest. Stay here, option 1. Option 2, peace fingers, wrap around big toe, work on the balance. Option 3, extend the right leg, lift the chest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, extend the leg out to the side for 1, straighten the standing leg. 2, wrap the shoulders down the back. 3, tuck the tailbone down. 4, 5. Inhale, back to the midline. Exhale, hands to waist, point the toe for 1. Try not to lean back. 2, draw the belly in, work the hip flexor. 3, 4, and 5. On to the other side, weight into the right foot, right hand to waist. Gaze forward, shoulders over hips. Inhale, lift the left knee. Stay here, otherwise, peace fingers around the big toe. Final variation, extend the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, take the leg to the side for 1. Gaze over right shoulder if you've got the balance. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale to midline. Exhale, hands to waist. 1, keep the leg lifted. 2, draw the belly in. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, release. Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. Option 1, tree pose, right foot to inside of leg, hands to prayer. Option 2, right ankle above left knee, sitting back and taking your 5 breaths. Option 3, right foot into opposite crease of groin, holding with the left hand, right hand behind the back. This is where I am today. Otherwise, right hand to big toe, forward fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, coming out of position, lift the knee. Exhale, release. Coming onto the other side, weight into the right foot. Option 1, tree position. Left sole of foot to inside of leg. Option 2, left ankle drops on top of right knee, come into squat. Option 3, lifting the foot up to the crease of the opposite groin, holding with the right hand. Left hand behind the back, stay lifted, otherwise forward fold. 1, 2. Remember to work in the body that you have today. 4, yoga is a practice that should be accessible to anybody and your body at any time. 5, inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, release. Now, if that means you need to modify, that doesn't mean you're a bad yogi. It just means you're listening to your body. Coming to the front of the mat, Samastitihi. Vinyasa Sruta Utkatasana, chair pose. Ekam, inhale, lift the arms, look up. Dway, exhale, forward fold. Trini, inhale, rise to flat back. Chatwari, step or jump to plank, engage the glutes as you lower down. Pancha, inhale, upward facing. Shat, exhale, downward facing. Rise to tiptoes, exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Jump the feet to the front of your mat. Keep a bend in the knees as you lift the arms. Utkatasana for 5. 1, 2, tuck the tailbone. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, step or jump to your plank, engage the glutes as you lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana A, right foot steps through, back heel drops, lift the arms, shoulder width distance apart or palms together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, straighten right leg, roll around to the back of your mat. Exhale, bend left knee, Virabhadrasana A, left side. 1, 2, 3, building that heat back up again. 4, 5. Roll that back heel in ever so gently. Reposition the arms. Left arm forward, right arm back, warrior 2. 1. Tuck the tailbone, draw the belly in. 2. Gaze over left middle finger. 3. Extend the fingertips. 4. 5. Inhale, straighten left leg, roll round, face the front of the mat, bend the knee, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cartwheel the hands down either side of the front foot. Step back to plank and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming through to seated, step, hop the feet through. Come onto the bum, lengthen the legs, Dandasana. Let's keep going. Palms to floor, underneath the shoulder, tuck the chin, toes back towards the body, 5 breaths. 1, pelvic floor drawing up. 2, lower belly slightly drawing in. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach forward, wrap peace fingers around the big toes, otherwise take belt around the foot. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, keep the length in the front of the body as you forward fold. Gaze to big toe for 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoulders away from ears. 5. Inhale, rise to flat back. Stay here, otherwise taking the hands around the soles of the feet, forward fold. Gaze to big toe for 1. Check in with that breath. 2, rhythmic breathing. 3, 4, 5. Stay here or first position, rise to flat back. Paschimottanasana C, extending the hands past the feet and finding the wrist lock. Third finger and thumb wrap around opposite wrist for 1. Keep the length in the body. 2, deep forward fold. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to flat back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release. Take the hands behind you, fingertips face forward. I'm going to go modified today. Otherwise, keep the legs straight, point the toes and lift the pelvis. Otherwise, come with me, bend the knees, lift the chest. Exhale, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes, create a straight line and take the gaze back. 1, opening those shoulders. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, chin to chest, lower the bum to the ground. Now you can skip these vinyasas out, otherwise come with me. Squeeze into a nice tight ball, lift the bum. Step 1 foot and then the other back to your plank and lower through chaturanga. We want to do this because we want to keep the heat in the body, keeping the strength through the shoulders and triceps. Step or jump through, lengthen the legs. Moving into Ardha Baddha Padma, Paschimottanasana, right side. So you're going to bend your knee and take the foot out to the side. If your hips are tight, once again, you're going to really watch this position. You're going to come into Janu Shirshasana as an alternative, foot to inside of opposite thigh. Option 2, ankle comes on top of opposite knee, maybe take a block underneath the knee to support. If you feel okay, no knee or ankle injuries, taking that foot up to the left crease of the groin, left toes come back towards the body, and we take the left foot towards the outer edge of the left. Take the left hand to the outer edge of the left foot. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. The right hand eventually taking the right foot behind the back. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, release, straighten the right leg. Straight onto the left side now. Traditionally, we will do vinyasas between each one. We will eventually get there, but for today, we're gonna skip vinyasas between the pose. Right toes back towards the body, left foot in towards the groin, or the foot above the knee. Right hand to outside of foot, exhale, forward fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, release. Good. Cross the ankles, plant the hands. See if you can inhale, release the knees away. Exhale, draw it in, come through. So this is the first stage of our coming through to our plank position. Eventually, those feet will stay off the floor and we'll gently float back to our plank position. Easy, huh? Let's go. Chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Notice that my body is dropping to the ground in my chaturangas. That is because I'm modifying today. Step or jump through, legs straight. Good. Triangle mukha. From here, we take the right foot back and we press the calf out from underneath the thigh. The toes are drawing directly behind me and my knees are parallel to one another. Again, if you're lopsided, this is where you take the block underneath your left glute muscle. As you inhale, take the hands around the foot, rise to flat back or take a belt. Exhale, forward fold over the left leg. For 1, any knee niggles on the outer edge or inside of that right knee, come up on a block, release the pressure. 2, gaze the big toe. 3, so a lot of the drishti or gaze points for forward folds and seated are towards the big toe. 1 more, inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, release. Lengthen the right leg straight onto the left side. Tuck that left leg behind you, toes face away. The inner thighs are drawing as much together as possible, legs are parallel, right toes towards you. As you inhale, take the hands around the foot, rise to flat back, and exhale, forward fold. Now, if you've got really long arms and really long hamstrings, you can, in these forward folds, take the wrist lock. So taking the hands around the base of the foot and then interlinking the fingers around the opposite wrist. 3, otherwise, if you're a little bit tighter, belt around the foot. 4, 5, good. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, release. Cross the ankles from here. You can stay here, just squeezing the knees in as an option. Otherwise, inhale, step or maybe jump back to plank, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Step or jump through, straighten both the legs out in front of you. Bend the right knee, take it out to the side. Sole of the foot against inside of thigh. Equal pressure through the back of the hips. Janu Shirshasana A. Inhale, reach forward, find the foot, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, gaze to front big toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to flat back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release, straighten the right leg. Left side, bend the left knee towards the chest, let it drop to the side. Make sure the hip bones are equal. Inhale, reach forward for the right foot. Exhale, forward fold. 1, take a belt around the foot if you need. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, release. Cross the ankles. Lift up or stay hugging in. Lift. See if you can step or jump to your plank and work through chaturanga. Again, if you're struggling with this or feeling fatigued, then you're going to miss these vinyasas out And join in when you're ready. Janu Shirshasana B, bend the right knee to the chest, let it drop to the side. So this is where the heel of the foot sits underneath the perineum, hands behind the back, toes point down the inseam of the leg, roll up and onto the heel of the foot, press between the genitals and the anus. As you inhale, rise to flat back, exhale, forward fold. Again, hands can stay on the floor or taking the hands around the feet, gaze to big toe for 2, 3. So as you know, Janu C is coming next, and this is really a ankle stretch for the next pose, Janu C. 4, 5. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, lift the bum and straighten the right leg. Straight onto the left side, bend the knee, take it to the side. Hands behind the back, sit forward onto the heel of the foot, toes pressing forward and down. From there, inhale, rise to flat back, lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, forward fold. 1. I think this is the wonders of the primary sequence. 2, because it's a set sequence. 3, we are able to assess our ability and watch ourselves improve. 4, 5. It's amazing. No matter how many times you do this, inhale, rise to flat back, exhale, release. Every time it will feel somewhat different. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step or jump and lower down. Inhale, rising upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step or jump through to seated. Janu Shirshasana C, deeply modified. So, option 1, toe stretch, tucking the toes and sitting here. If that's even intense for you, you could take blocks between the sit bones and sit up on there. Otherwise, I'll take it from the side today. You're going to sit up onto your block. Notice I sit nice and forward. Left leg straight, right knee bends. Take it out to the side. Remember, we're not twisting or grabbing the ankle. Palms face up. We scoop underneath the heel. Tuck it nice and deeply towards the groin. Toes down, heel up. Good. And if you're up on your block and your knees lifted, we're not going to forward fold. 1, 2. Again, knee issues, feet, pain, come out. 3, 4. You can just watch me sitting on some blocks. 5. You don't have to do this. Inhale. Draw the knee in, exhale, release. Maybe I'll come this way so you can see a little bit better. Straighten the right leg, bend the left knee, let it drop to the side. Palms face up, I scoop the heel. I tuck the foot in, toes down, heel of the foot up. 1, sit up nice and tall. 2, when I forward fold in this position, get this really lovely QL stretch, big muscle through the lower back. 4, which I haven't found any other pose to give me that effective stretch before, so we'll get there. And 5. Inhale, release, exhale, come off the block. Now it's really important to say that we need to take a bit of determination and grit. We're nearly there. Quite often the mind begins to wonders and the breath goes. So inhale, lift up, exhale, step or jump it back to plank. Engage the glutes, lower down. Inhale, rising upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step or jump it through. Come to seated, lengthen the legs. The Marichasana A to D family. Bend the right knee. Outer edge of the foot in line with the outer edge of the hip. Inhale, lift the right arm. Come inside the knee, forward fold. Wrap the hand around the outside of the knee and interlink the fingers. If you've got the length, again, you can take a wrist lock. One hand wrapping around one wrist. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. So remember, previous days, the modifications, you either just come into a forward fold without the bind or you take a belt behind your back. 3 more breaths. For 1, gaze to that left toe, draw the toes back towards you. 2, 3, Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, release. Straight onto the left side, bend the left knee. Inhale, lift up tall, left arm forward. Wrap it around the outside of the knee. Taking the hand behind you, right toes back towards you. Exhale, forward fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, release. Missing out your chaturanga, otherwise lifting up. Inhale, rise, exhale, step or jump back. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, downward facing. Step or jump it through. Lengthen out the legs, Marichasana B. So to get into Marichasana B, we bend the we bend the left leg, take it into half lotus. If you're not doing half lotus and you're standing or the previous poses, you're going to either take this left foot underneath the bent right leg. So then we bend the right knee. So if you weren't coming into the half lotus, this left leg, the foot would come underneath there. We can stay here, option 1, otherwise forward fold, taking the bind or using the belt for 1. 2, remember this is really advanced pose. 3, so please don't be frustrated if you just think, what is going on? 4, maybe I just began this pose after about 5 years of practice. And 5, inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, release. Don't get me wrong, within about 6 months I was desperate to do it, but then I just had to check in with myself and identify what that need of pushing and striving, why I wanted to get myself into that position was for, and it was essentially my ego. So listen to your body. Bend the right knee, half lotus or taking the modified version. Bend the left knee, coming in, and then we come through inside of that left knee, wrap the hands behind the back, take the bind if you have it, and forward fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise to flat back. Exhale, release. Skipping out vinyasa or coming with me. Inhale, tuck the feet under, lift up, step or jump, it back and lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step or jump through, come all the way. Marichasana C, legs out in front of you. Bend the right knee. Take the right hand behind the back. Inhale, lift the left arm high. Take the elbow to the outside of the knee. Modified version A, hugging the elbow crease to the knee. B, taking the elbow out, palm faces up. And the third one, or C, is taking the palm down, wrapping it around, and taking that bind. Gaze behind you, left toe engaged for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Straight onto the other side. Bend the left knee nice and tight. Left hand behind you. Inhale, lift the arm. Close the gap. Come into option of a bind here. Right toe engaged. Gaze behind you for 1. You can take a belt here too. 2. Breathe deep. 3, quite often in twists we can lose the breath. 4, 5. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Vinyasa, otherwise, waiting here, squeezing the knees to chest. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, step or jump back. Lower through. Maybe we'll do another little video about jumping back and through in our chaturangas. Let me know if that would be of interest. Step or jump it through. Marichasana C. I'm taking the very modified version for my wonderfully tight hips. So I'm going to bend the right knee, tuck the left foot underneath, And then this right heel draws nice and tight towards me. Right hand behind the back, left elbow to the outside and gaze behind. 1, 2, 3, lift through the crown of the head. 4, and 5. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release, straighten out, straight onto the other side. Marichyasana D modified, bend the left knee. Send the right foot underneath. Take the left hand behind you. Inhale, lift the right arm. Elbow to outside of the knee. Take the gaze behind you for 1. Active through both hands. 2, tuck the chin a little to lengthen through the back of the neck. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release, work through vinyasa. Step or jump it back to your plank, or just watch if you're feeling a bit tired. Exhale, looking forward, inhale, step or jump it through. Lengthen the legs. Now adding a new position on, Navasana, which is boat pose. This is getting the core. So traditionally we do 5 rounds of this. So I want you to bend your knees, take hands underneath the backs of the knees. Point the toes, lift the heels. Any lower back issues, you might want to take a block to the lower back, or you might want to keep the feet to the floor, working the core. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lift the shin bones parallel to the ceiling, and let's extend the arms forward. Let's take our first 5 here. 1, lift the chest, look up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross the ankles, plant the hands. Inhale, lift the bum. Exhale, straight back up. 1, 2, squeeze the inner thighs together. 3, 4, and 5. Cross the ankles, reach forward, plant the hands, lift the bum, exhale, release. Straight back up for 1. Traditionally, 2, or eventually 3. When we plant the hands, we keep the feet off of the floor and lift the bum. 5, so it would look a little bit like this. 4, straight back up for 1. How many have we done? 2, 3, I've lost count. 4, and 5. I think that was our 3rd. Straight into 4. 1. So also eventually the legs will be straight. 3. So if you've got that, this is your time to do that. 4, really working the hip flexor. And 5, cross the ankles, lift up. Last 1, deep breaths, look up, release the muscles of the face. 1, 2, lift the chest. 3, 4, 4 and a half, 5. Exhale, cross the ankles, reach all the way through. Step or jump to your plank. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step or jump it through. We made it. It's amazing when you just get going what you can achieve. So well done. Let's come into our 4 final poses to finish today's practice. Take the hands behind the back, yoga mudra. So eventually, maybe those feet will be in lotus. When you take your hands behind your back, you take your peace fingers to the toes that are in the groin. Inhale. Otherwise, hands to elbows. Exhale, forward fold, yoga mudra, seating in your practice. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, rise up. Chin mudra, index finger and thumb together. Lengthen out the arms, close the eyes or soft gaze. 10 deep ujjayi breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Gently open the eyes, keeping the legs crossed, maybe taking the blocks either side beside the body. Now you have an option to come into half lotus if you're finding that you are able to make taking one foot into the groin. You could take half lotus and crossing the other leg underneath, or if you've got full lotus, you could take the left foot up into the groin, which makes everything a little bit easier. Squeeze the knees up into the chest, and what we're going to try and do is come forward and lift the whole body off the floor for 5, 2, breathe deep, 3, squeeze the knees up, 4, and 5, exhale, release, well done. From here, if you're in your lotus position, you're going to take one more vinyasa to come through. So you're going to face the front of your mat in lotus. Then we come forward, bend the elbows so that they're into the torso, lift up and send the legs back. We'll go through that again, don't worry. Inhale, step or jump it through and lie onto your back. Shavasana, taking rest. Well done. And open out the legs, hands beside the body. With all the shoulders away from the ears. Release the breath control. Keep the eyes closed if comfortable for you. And let's take the next 3 minutes in a silent meditation. Taking your last minute here. Beginning to take some deeper breaths back into your body now. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe stretch the arms up overhead. And then when you're ready, bending the knees to the soles of the feet to the floor and rolling onto your right side. If you need some more time lying here, just pause me and come back to me when you're ready. Otherwise, gently rising all the way up to your seated position, crossing the ankles, maybe sitting on a bolster or a block, taking the hands to prayer. Keep the eyes closed, take a deep breath, exhale for Om. Namaste. Thank you very much. You're officially halfway through the seated, so we've done quite a lot of the work already. As you can see now, there's quite a lot of deep hip openers, and the next two postures in the series are really, really deep. It's an arm balance, wrapping the feet around the arms and balancing, and then it's Komasana tortoise pose where the hands slide underneath the legs in a forward fold. So my suggestion is I'll send a video out about it tomorrow with lots of modified versions. If you have found up to this point quite challenging, my suggestion is actually that this amount of yoga practice is a really sufficient amount to practice. So maybe you want to practice up until this point, and quite often in a yoga class for an hour, this is what we'll teach because it's really effective. So if you're fairly new to this and you feel a little bit fatigued after this amount of work, or for whatever reason, use day 11 as your marker to practice and become really strong. And then I'll still send out the rest of the day, but maybe come back next Wednesday, I think it would be, where we look into the closing sequence. So doing up to here in a sequence, then coming into closing is really sufficient. Obviously check in and watch some of the videos, but just be really mindful of the next few poses. And if we think of a mountain, tomorrow is the very peak. It's the very peak, the most challenging bit to get to that top. And then we slowly, slowly descend down the other side. Okay, that's enough for me today. Well done, everybody. Let me know how you get on. Lots of feedback, questions, whatever you need to do. And I'll see you tomorrow.